It is 5:49 and we are headed into the kitchen now. And Andrew, when I think about Labor Day, I think about spending time with the people that I love, spending time, barbecue with family and friends and stuff. And so I was over the weekend thinking about this segment and I was like, well, what do I want to do? And so I decided that I was going to dust off my grandma's cookbook and we're going to make her zucchini bread because I know that a lot of people, I've been seeing the posts on Facebook, oh, I have 12,000 zucchinis.
Yes.
I have no idea what to do with them. Please, someone take them. You know what? I've always said that zucchinis in those little packets, they should only give you one seed.
That's all you need.
Because if you plant that whole packet of seeds, you're going to have too many. So anyway, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to get started with this. So let's start by cracking 3 eggs. I always crack into a different bowl first.
Okay.
So that you don't get any shells in there.
And he's trusting me with Black Beauty here today. So,
That's right.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I feel
So
special.
while you're doing that, I'll talk a little bit about the zucchini. I didn't want to make you shred all the zucchini live on
That's
television.
a lot of work.
So I went ahead and I did all that work yesterday. But the larger the zucchini, the more seeds there's going to be. So there were some larger zucchini, so there's some seeds in here. I don't care about the seeds personally. And you can also peel the zucchini if you want. Some people don't like the skin.
Yeah.
I like the skin. There's nutrients in there.
It's good for
So
it.
great. Okay, you can pop that right
So I
into
can go
the
right
kitchen.
in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then let's bring that up. Perfect. And we can pop that on so we can start beating that.
How fast would you like her to be?
Let's put it on 4.
4?
Yeah.
Oh, that's 6.5. There we go.
Perfect. All right. So then we have 3/4 cup of white sugar and 3/4 cup of brown sugar. You can pop that in there.
All right. Ooh.
Okay. And then you can dump 1 cup of this is vegetable oil.
Vegetable oil.
You
Okay.
can dump that right in there.
All right. She's in.
And we have 3 teaspoons of vanilla.
Vanilla. Vanilla or vanilla extract.
Vanilla extract.
Extract.
Yep.
Okay. Some are picky. Some want, like actual
Well, yeah,
vanilla.
I have friends who make the vanilla and give it to us, but this was vanilla extract. This is just what I had
Fancy.
readily available. And then we're going to let that just beat for just a second here.
Okay.
And then we're going to add our, let's add 3 cups of zucchini.
3 cups of zucchini. Okay.
I'll let you measure that. I did not pre-measure that.
Oh, this is nice and cold.
Yes. Well, it was in the fridge.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I think this is really, and it's a really versatile recipe. You can either make the loaf like I have here, or you can make them into muffins, like
Yeah.
if you wanted to go.
Okay, there's
Perfect.
2 cups.
There's 2.
And last but not least, 3.
Okay, perfect. Now I would bring that down just a little bit. I have 3 cups of flour, if you want to pour that in there.
Okay. Get that tossed in there.
And we have a teaspoon of baking soda and a 4th teaspoon of baking powder.
Okay.
Pour that in there. The thing is, once you start adding baking soda, baking powder, you don't want to overmix because then it'll be bad.
Then it's not
Okay.
good. Okay.
So then we also have 3 teaspoons of cinnamon, and then we have 1 teaspoon of nutmeg.
Okay, I'm liking this.
Yeah, we'll let that mix. And then I had about a half a bag of mini chocolate chips left, so we're just going to go ahead
Throw
and
those
add
in there.
those as well.
Speaking
Maybe
my
not all
language
those.
with that chocolate.
So then all you do, so we're going to preheat the oven to 325, and in our 6 o'clock hour, we're going to have this baked. Hopefully they turn out like this, and we'll be right back.
Fingers crossed.